Some time ago I generated this cat, and now I want to turn him into a real sculpture. Hi, I'm Potato Crusader, and this is something I have not done for a while, a sculpting video. One of my previous failed attempts at making a YouTube channel was making sculpting videos, and I'm fully aware that it failed because I have no idea what I'm doing, both in terms of sculpture quality itself and the editing of those videos. Now I am as bad sculptor as I was before, but I am at least a slightly better editor. Sculpting is very hard artistic medium to be good at. I'm using polymer clay, and picking something like wood or marble will take it even further in terms of difficulty. And despite how bad I am at it, it is still my favorite form of art, and for quite some time it was my main hobby, which now got replaced with martial arts, Hungar Kung Fu to be specific. But that's enough of talking that I'm bad at sculpting, and let's go to the actual content of the video. So, the Eldritch Horror cat name is Glitcher. He originally was supposed to be a character in an AI generated comic. I generated 11 chapters of it and then dropped the idea of making it an AI comic, but I have not dropped the idea of the universe itself. Images for those chapters were generated with ChatGPT. Now I know that GPT is probably one of the worst existing LLMs right now. In terms of images, it is basically incapable of generating something that looks good, consistent, and it's not straight up ripping off art style of some artist or anime. Of course, I could try again with different model, but those 11 chapters with GPT made me realize that I don't enjoy this process. So if I'm gonna stick with AI art, I would rather go with fully animating it and making it some form of AI animated musical, or maybe try actually drawing myself. I will probably revisit those ideas after my upcoming 8 days Kung Fu training camp. If you want, you can check out those chapters, but I'm going to redo the whole thing. So the idea of those series was that the angel named Gabi goes inside the internet trying to fix it. And while going through the multiple layers of the internet, encounters characters from various different mythologies, with surface of the internet being focused on the Greek mythology, where Greek gods basically rule the first layer of the internet. And unlike every Hollywood adaptation of Greek mythology, I'm not making Hades a villain. The main villain of the first arc is going to be Zeus, as the mythology guy calls him, the god of abuse. This idea basically came from the script writing lessons I taken. It was not the moment when I came up with this, but our script writing teacher really pushed that we should be writing about things that you are familiar with. The way I phrased it really sounds basic and obvious, but what I mean by this is that when you are writing, it is way easier to make an authentic sounding story if you are writing about things you are familiar with, the things that are part of your daily life. If your daily life is working at call center, which was my previous job and I hated it, you straight up lack a life experience needed to write a compelling story like Breaking Bad or Lords of the Rings, unless you are already an excellent writer and can do a proper research. One of the many reasons why Lord of the Rings is such a compelling story is because Tolkien was a war veteran. Other example being Song of Ice and Fire by George R.R. Martin, which is basically a fantastical retelling of War of the Roses, so Martin rooted his saga on his historical knowledge. So by following this logic, I kinda smashed the things that I'm passionate about, which among many others are internet culture and mythology, and smashing those things together basically resulted in this concept. And because the setting is inside 2026 internet, AI is of course a big part of the story. And AI is one of things that I went really deep into it, so I think I can pull off the history about internet culture, AI and myths, without treating or making it too serious. Right now I'm basically thinking about a Bucky level of absurd. And now let's back to the Glitcher, the Eldritch Horror cat itself. So he is the angelic construct made to look after the internet. He was not looking like an Eldritch Horror since the moment he was created. But because he is inside the internet since the moment the internet was created, he was getting more and more corrupted, still being angelic construct or some form of golem at his core. And that also makes him 57 years old cat, and one of the most experienced denizens of the internet. So he is a guide for the main characters group. And that's most likely not the only sculpture that I gonna make of him, because I actually want to sculpt all the main characters, so I can say I actually have the proper human-made design of them. Another idea of mine is to actually use those sculptures and animate them with the AI video model, combining existing physical pieces of art with the AI. This is just one of many ideas that I for sure want to at least try. Of course, it's not gonna be a proper clay animation, but combining my sculptures with AI basically allows me to do this animation myself and use static polymer clay figures instead of proper stop motion dolls. And this way one episode will take like 100 pictures instead of tens of thousands. And now you can see the point where I was actually scared to start painting the cat, because I liked how he looked unpainted and I was afraid to ruin the sculpture. And I kinda did, because I have not painted miniature or sculpture for a long time and forgot how to do it. With root of the problem basically being not able to decide should I go for realistic style of painting or a cel shading. In the end, I failed at both. From now I probably gonna focus on cel shading style of painting, because I like this anime figure style look. And that's basically it what I wanted to say in this video. I'm actually very curious how many people that came to this channel for AI music will watch the sculpting video. AI music and overall shitposting is for sure gonna stay a core of this channel for a while. I'm not this level of pro AI that I think that AI should be sticked into everything, so I want to mess around with videos that are either not AI or a combination of traditional media with AI. I'm kinda still at the point of being surprised that this channel actually got monetized. If you got to the end of this video, thank you, and I will see you in the next one. And here are the final shot of the first sculpture of Glitcher.